Hi, this is Brad Constantine, and this is a podcast recording of the Old Testament. Although this is not an official recording of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, every effort's been made to be as doctrinally accurate as possible. I'll be using for the text the Joseph Smith translation of the Old Testament, along with many commentaries from general authorities of the Church, BYU professors, Bible scholars, and others. This format will be very detailed, and so if you want a deep analysis of the Old Testament, you come to the right place. Thanks for your attendance. Hi there, and welcome back. This will be for Isaiah chapter 21. Chapter 21 describes the fall of Babylon, signifying both the ancient empire and the modern sinful world. The effects of this cataclysm upon other nations are also described. Destruction of modern Babylon will follow the destruction of the modern superpower equivalent of Egypt at the hands of the modern equivalent of Assyria. Egypt's destruction and humiliation are described in the previous chapter. Verses 1 through 10, a prophecy of judgment against Babylon. The burden, i.e. a message of prophecy of doom to Babylon, or the desert of the sea, as whirlwinds in the south pass, or the Negev desert, through, so it cometh from the desert, from a terrible land. This refers to Babylon. This statement by Isaiah designates the point of entry of an invading army that came from the terrible land, passing through the desert like a vast whirlwind, doubtless raising huge clouds of dust. A grievous vision is declared unto me, the treacherous dealer dealeth treacherously, and the spoiler spoileth. Go up, O Elam. This prophecy was fulfilled in 538 BC, about 200 years after Isaiah lived. Besiege, O Media, all the sighing thereof have I made to cease. Elam was the western portion of ancient Persia. Media was the ancient name for northwest Iran, southwest of the Caspian Sea, and north of the Zagros Mountains. Therefore are my loins filled with pain, pangs have taken hold upon me, as the pangs of a woman that travaileth. I was bowed down at the hearing of it, I was dismayed at the seeing of it. Isaiah was astonished at the cataclysmic scene he saw in vision, even though an enemy was the nation destroyed. My heart panted, fearfulness affrighted me, the night of my pleasure hath he turned into fear unto me. Prepare the table, or prepare for battle. Watch in the high tower, eat, drink, arise, ye princes, and anoint the shield. For thus hath the Lord said unto me, Go, set a watchman, or prophets, let him declare what he seeth. And he saw a chariot with a couple of horsemen, a chariot of asses, and a chariot of camels, and he hearkened diligently with much heed. This represents the Medes and Persians and their modern counterparts. And he cried, A lion, my lord, I stand continually upon the watchtower in the daytime, and I am set in my ward whole nights. And behold, here cometh a chariot of men with a couple of horsemen. And he answered and said, Babylon is fallen, is fallen. The same expression used in Revelation 14:8 and 18:2, and also D&C 1:16. And all the graven images of her gods he hath broken into the ground. Neither her wealth nor materialism will be able to save her. The faithful watchman upon the tower was borne witness of all, right up to the great destruction. Verse 10, O my threshing, Hebrew, O my threshed one, and son of my threshing floor, the prophet thus addressed the Israelites who will survive Babylon's downfall. And the corn of my floor, that which I have heard of the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, have I declared unto you. Verses 11 and 12, a prophecy of judgment against Dumah, the burden, i.e. the message of doom to the Edomites, of Dumah, son of Ishmael and founder of an Arab community. He calleth to me out of Seir, mountainous range south of the Dead Sea. Watchman, what of the night? I.e. how much is spent? How long will darkness be, i.e. oppression last? Watchman, what of the night? The watchman said, The morning cometh, and also the night. If ye will inquire ye, return, come. The end of Babylonian captivity approaches, but another oppressor follows. Inquire again later. Verses 13 to 17, a prophecy of judgment against Arabia. The burden upon Arabia, in the forest in Arabia shall ye lodge, O ye traveling companies of Dedanim. Arabian caravans and camps would also suffer disruption and oppression by the Babylonian conquest. The inhabitants of the land of Tema brought water to him that was thirsty. They prevented with their bread him that fled. For they fled from the swords, from the drawn sword, and from the bent bow, and from the grievousness of war. For thus hath the Lord said unto me, within a year, according to the years of an hireling, and all the glory of Kedar shall fail. And the residue of the number of archers, the mighty men of the children of Kedar, shall be diminished, for the Lord God of Israel hath spoken it. So you can see the destruction of other nations that are involved also as Babylon gets overthrown. So that's the end of the chapter, and we'll see you next time. Bye.